That's right. Here we are, EG up against Beast Coast Lacoste. EG with a very solid draft, as it looks like, and Beast Coast trying to pull a fast one. The Beastmaster as that last pick. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I gotta see Beastmaster is kind of boring, you know, especially now without the Aghanim Scepter. I don't see Helm of the Dominator being too viable on the hero anymore. Definitely gonna need some armor, but it's definitely a very strong last pick TB for EG, where he is really not afraid of any heroes pretty much, except Dark Willow. But stun, once he gets that to that second, third item, I think this Terrorblade can easily take over the game. Over the last few days, we've seen, you know, what do can do, and they know how to utilize it. They know how to play around the Terrorblade. They know how to secure his farm. So looking really forward to it.
Yeah, especially in the matchups, like you said, against the Beastmaster. I think the panel mentioned, you know, the Reflection taking that in Beast aura against Bloodseeker, and even TA, who can struggle to close the gap, get on top of the TB, and with his massive amounts of armor, actually take him down. But yeah, you're right. The Beastmaster's been a bit of a weird one. We had that Aghanim's part of the meta where he was just played mid lane, rushing Aghanim Scepter. We haven't seen too much of Beastmaster in SA DPC, and when we have, it's very much been this medallion pipe rush. He just goes full aura bot. He doesn't really care about Helm or Vlad's or anything like that. Just buff up his carries.
You're definitely gonna need the Solar Crest here. You're playing into ET, which will remove all your base armor, and most of the damage is gonna come from that Terrorblade.
Maybe a Crimson?
Maybe a pipe more. Okay. Let's see what he has. Phase boots, and yeah, that's a Solar Crest queued up. And considering how Whisper has been playing, even on the last track where he decides to build all these tanky items, the mech, Guardian Greaves, he went for a Solar Crest one game, plus a Heaven's Halberd, just being able to tank up. So his itemization is really on point. He understands like where this damage is gonna come from. We can see on the mid lane already a D-ward coming out from Schofield.
I love that bit of tech that was discovered, what, like a year and a half, 2 years ago, whatever it was, where you're going into that tower range just behind the trees, you know, where the wards are hiding. That extra bit of vision gives the tower the opportunity to attack you. And that immediate D-ward from the Dark Willow does have to return back down to bottom lane, though, as Arteezy and Fly, the Terrorblade Elder Titan, up against this Beastmaster Dark Willow lane. Usually with Whisper, you were mentioning, you know, he has a pretty good time, gets into the aura items with a Leshrac, with the Nature's Prophet, the Death Prophet even. It's mainly ranged heroes he plays. Do you think he can create that pressure on a TB with a Beastmaster?
Whenever there's meta up, he's gonna struggle. We can already see Fly completely zoning him out. He gets close, ET, a lot of damage. There is one Observer Ward that I believe is inside, but they're still gonna do the body block. EG Fly just doing some real right-click damage right there.
Not fake ones?
Nope, not a fake damage.
That's some good pummeling into Schofield Willow. Maraska not too happy about that as at top lane, the strong lane that the panel were mentioning. Crit and Ice Ice Ice, Lena Mars, the displacement ability of the spear, and of course that catch with the Light Strike Array. So good against the Treant, as they've already cleared through the majority of the trees, especially on that right-hand side of the lane, so much more difficult for him. As Schofield there, under tower, pops the Fairy Fire and turns. Bramble Maze catches Fly for a second, but it's just be able to get your regen off there for Whisper.
Fly brought so much regen to this lane, has a Wind Lace to be able to close the gap, get actually some damage on the heroes, and now using a healing cell, bringing another while sitting on 6 tangos. Mid lane, this should not be an easy lane for Templar Assassin. One reason why they decided to pick Viper, the overtime damage, go through the refraction charges. Chris Luck has that bottle now, so we'll be able to refill it with the water rune.
Yeah, and a good spot there, Scriff, our observer, showing us that little small camp blocked out by the sentry. Something a lot of these mid laners do like to do right is clear that camp after pushing the wave.
And this allows Templar Assassin not to gain any farm. If she feels like she can't get farm in the lane, we'll need to go to big camp, maybe like even a medium camp where outpost is, so they're not gonna be that easy. Fly getting slowed down, but should be all right. This is, as we mentioned, free Terrorblade game, and he's off to a really good start. 14 CS, 8 denies, Beastmaster 4 and 2 only. Fly doing a very good job, pretty much zoning out both of these heroes, keeping the levels on himself low, while Arteezy is getting all the levels, level 3.5 already.
Across the board as well, right, Lacoste. I mean, it's a great start from EG, level-wise, experience-wise, CS as well. Every single lane dominating their counterparts. 10 denies on TB, 9 on the Viper. They're starting to shut down Beast Coast, even from this very early portion. And you're right, that large camp needs to be taken by the TA. She has ditched the mid lane, can no longer stand up against that Viper's onslaught.
We've seen yesterday, it was Sumail who played against Chris Luck, Venomancer.
Yeah.
He did really well on Templar Assassin, but the small camp was not a walk.
They've got TB moving forward. Oh, he can't pass through the brambles and the boars. Opts to instead kill off the boar as Fly. Oh, we'll need one more hit here. The Fairy Fire. Toying with Fly, try and juke into the trees. Whispers baited the ET in. First blood comes for Beast Coast. Fly gets outplayed, but Schofield, he'll be the trade. Arteezy does get himself up on the board.
It's still a very good trade for EG. Arteezy getting solo XP. It was very close. Fairy Fire actually saved him there. Once again, Arteezy getting all the solo XP on the bottom lane. Fly will TP, heal him up. That's what you need to do as position 5, pretty much. Give tangos, give healing salves. You're very good at it, Gary. I remember one game when you had like 5 healing salves plus mangoes and clarities running around.
Yeah, I was a little bit annoyed with my trusty shovel, but then I realized it was a blessing in disguise, just running around with salves, healing my teammates up. Salves Fammer 2000. I'll rename myself already.
Good name. Panel talked about Bloodseeker K1 being allergic to a BKB. I see an early BKB. Maelstrom, phase boots, not messing around. There's a ton of magical damage that he definitely needs to get, and also against the Sunder, it doesn't pierce spell immunity, so you want to have that one covered as well on top of it.
Oh yeah, especially when your targets are the Viper and the TB. Getting on top of them and dealing with all of that great team fight reset and initiation, because you think about Stomp, I think the panel also mentioned about the Mars Arena, it's not just catch and kill. As a great spear after Light Strike Array puts K1 in danger under the tier 1 tower, he will drop for it. But
Bloodseeker has a ton of armor, 8, plus he also gets extra 4 from a chainmail, so it doesn't get as much damage from that tier 1 tower as other carries would.
They are building up some pretty nice stacks here for Chris Luck. Would you like to see someone go and take that mid lane over for him, or is it fine just clearing camps and coming back from time to time? Well, hang on a second, Whisper. Oh, he's backed away.
Bottom lane's not doing really well. I don't think they can get any kills. Maybe a return kill on position 5, but Arteezy should feel pretty safe. Has 6 magic on charges, has that Tango, getting closer to level 6, might even get the Sunder. So potentially Dark Willow can run to the mid lane and collect some XP while Templar Assassin is jungling.
Yeah, because you've got to do something about this, right?
It's a catapult wave.
Catapult waves there, and Crit's even maneuvered himself to try and get a bit more damage onto that tier 1 tower. Willow will come in from behind, chuck a Bramble Maze towards them, drag the creep wave around, but now surrounded. 3 heroes there, the TP cancelled by the stop, and Arbed picks up a nice kill for himself, as well as it's an illusion root. And this push isn't going to stop now. He'll cut the wave and keep it going. 3 heroes from EG into mid.
They didn't manage to keep the catapult alive, so that's kind of a bummer. Maybe Crit could have been the one tanking the tower, but they had no healing salves. So ET had one. Maybe that was the play, you know, just keep it alive instead of trying to go for a kill. Because Fly was already there, ready with a stop. Another LSA.
Onto the Treant.
Treant very dead.
Yeah, absolutely is. And one by one, Beast Coast filter in to try and defend this objective. And he's gone for that 1-2-0 build. More in the Leech Seed, none in the Living Armor. So this tower, absolutely gone. The deny attempt, not quite on time from Schofield. And Arbed now opens up the map for EG. So it's going to be a real smooth breakdown of the lane stage here, where Terrorblade can start to think about swinging up the top, get another tier 1 going for themselves. A very steady and calm game for EG, while it feels like Beast Coast the ones that need to hit their item timings.
This is pretty much the perfect scenario for EG. The panel talked about how EG is very strong in the laning stage, one of the scariest teams, and this shows why. Viper, after taking the tier 1 tower on the mid, has boots of travel ready, so he can farm the jungle and join anywhere on the map with it. Also finds a fairy trinket, very nice indeed.
And Crit coming in behind K1. Does he have another stun? 2 seconds for the Light Strike Array, and he is under vision. But K1 apparently speedy enough to get away from the Lina, so she turns on to Stinger instead. That's an absolute beatdown coming from OG. No one here from Beast Coast can show in the lanes or even show in their jungle. They're getting chased around non-stop. Viper now arriving means Stinger's done for, and a killing spree for Arbed, and this is that transition into the top tier 1 we were talking about.
Meanwhile, on the bottom, Arteezy understands there might be some pressure, just sitting in jungle for now. EG playing very crisp this first 7 minutes of the game.
It's just, yeah, the natural flow of the game, right? Terrorblade wants to make that migration move up towards the triangle, maybe pressure top lane. Usually it's a little bit later on, you know, 9, 10, even 11 minutes in. So this is all happening very early on for EG. 2 minutes ahead of the curve even. Chris Luck coming up towards top.
It's too late. They already got the tower. Living armor, not enough. It's only level 1 living armor. Chris Luck, as you
The
mentioned.
sentry, the Radiant Sentry sees him.
He didn't want to fully commit. He probably checked if anyone has a dust, has a sentry, because he was running out of the range of it. Very nicely done by Abed.
Beast Coast. Yeah, that plan to go farm triangle, it's got to come to fruition now, and TA is going to sit there for quite some time. While EG just ramping up the pressure, playing all 3 lanes. Dragonlance, about 300 gold away for Chris Luck, so that's a nice bit of stats. Extra range, of course, but getting stomped up in the mid lane. Abed,
they have
back
a
up top of
sentry.
TA, and you're right, they've got all this reveal. They'll see the TA trying to TP home. That's optimistic from Chris Luck, and definitely not successful. While in the jungle, Crit is being ruptured up. K1 and Schofield going to work on the Lina. The backup from Ice Ice. It is here with an arena though. Straight towards the Bloodseeker with a spear, but he's held in place by the Brambles and that Nature's Grasp.
Here
Going to
comes
get the
Viper.
kill. And you're right, Abed. He's managed to TP top lane and look for some bonus kills. Stinger slowed down into the Nether Toxin, and Abed, for that damage over time, will try and open it up for Ice Ice to get a finishing blow.
Man, EG is playing so aggressively. They get a good trade once again. First, they get the Templar Assassin on the mid lane, just slowing her down. Templar Assassin doesn't have that much farm. You know, she has 68 CS sitting at the middle of the pack. Viper taking pretty much the top of the network chart with 5,000. Holy smokes, dude. He's
farmed.
He's actually super farmed. And Fly will get a D ward.
It really is just step by step. Almost Dota by colors here by EG. Everything's been very simple, systematic. Fly with that D ward. Looks like he will get surrounded by Beast Coast. 1 kill going their way.
Both sports on Beast Coast very underleveled. Level 4, 10 minutes in. I believe Dark Willow needs to get a tome. We'll see. And in this situation, as a Dark Willow, you don't max Shadow Realm. Like you don't get any value from it.
You control.
You're all about that control. Bramble Maze and max out the Curse Crown. I would not be surprised if he just keeps the Shadow Realm level 1 and has like 4-1-4.
Probably the smart move. So in this kind of situation, we talked about how well EG are doing. On the flip side, Beast Coast needing to hit these item timings on the TA, the Bloodseeker, that Maelstrom, the Deso, the BKB, things like that. Where do you find this room? Who do you prioritize? Because these heroes, they don't feel like they can go and smoke gank or fight, do they?
They definitely need items. Like Templar Assassin now finished off the Dragonlance. Once she gets that level 10 talent, extra 100 side blades range, it's gonna be much easier. Abed.
Well, he's trying to bait. Illusion Rune dropped across. They don't know which one's real, and Whisper picked off by the Viper. Good little move from Abed there. And Crit, of course, helping out to cancel the TP, something that one could not do on his own. While top jungle again, EG with the invade. Missing out on K1, terrorized towards the ET. He's ruptured up as well, but Schofield's being soloed by a TB illusion. Arteezy just sends one Elu towards the Dark Willow, shoves her away, and here comes the spear. Arena, Ice, back onto Willow, pummels her into the ground. Chris Luck can't save his teammate. And EG on a real roll now. East Coast will secure this large camp, stack for themselves, scrambling to pick up any gold they can.
TB Illusion, scouting things out as a support, it's one of the most annoying things to deal with, because your right clicks don't actually deal damage. You also don't want to spend like Bedlam to kill it, and then you can't make any aggressive moves. Good thing going for Beast Coast is having this Treant Protector who can stall out the game. Unfortunately, Living Armor only level 1 at this point. He definitely needs some levels, get that Overgrowth online to be able to reset the fight.
He actually needs it. He's gone, 2 points in the grasp, I guess, because of that situation where he wants to be pushing out the lanes a little bit faster.
We still
consistently
have not seen a single roar being used. They should be playing around the Beastmaster, full Solar Crest done on him, so there's going to be significant amount of damage, and also tankiness providing against the TB, ET, only 1 point in Aura. Eventually he will get it, just wants to be able to have that Echo Stomp maxed out as a point in ulti. I listened to Fogged a lot. He is the
master of ET
expert, so he's like, in this situation, at 2 points in Astral is enough. You need to max out the Echo Stomp and then go for the Aura. No need to be greedy.
No,
you're not the one who's dealing damage. And look at all the damage amplification that they got. Viper with the poison attack, reducing the magic resistance. Then you have ET removing the basic magic resistance with the Aura.
Willow again. Streak continuing for Ice. Dominating now on that wonderful offlane Mars.
Rich is not happy. Rich seeing Dark Willow. Mireska doing so poorly in this game, 1-4 and 2,
She's
sitting at the bottom of net worth, not really contributing too much.
Yeah, 5-0 on the Viper there as well. Having a cracking time on Abed. Now, the point you brought up about the Beastmaster, though, needing to play around him and the Raw, they're doing that now with Stinger. Not the best combo to go in with them, and Ice, he's going to move back towards the Beastmaster, getting out the Earth Splitter there. Beast Coast looking to force a fight around Roshan, but they lose their trio. A 1-for-1 trade, I guess that's decent when you're this far behind already, but you're not able to take any semblance of map control. Metamorphosis is used here, so EG gonna ramp things up and push towards that tier 2 mid and even the Dire Triangle.
The problem for EG right now is they're so far ahead, they have no objectives to take. They took a tier 1 tower on the top, they took the mid, like they still can't kill the road, but you can see them like trying to go for something. Fine. Good kill.
He's made the jump on the Beastmaster. Incomplete. This is a great usage of the meta if they can get the kill, but the body block's not enough. Whisper too tanky with that, like you said, Solar Crest, Phase Boost plus Living Armor makes him incredibly difficult to bring down in a short duration.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That's meta down. Something here Beast Coast could use to their advantage is a window, an opening for them to get out on the map and start playing their own game because they've not made any real initiative moves themselves. Crit smoke pops. Ice jumps. That arena. Back onto the Beastmaster. Fear comes, but Crit already launched down his Life Strike array while Arbed with a DD rune onto Crit's luck. Any stuns to stop the TP and stop a second late.
And Viper, he also want to be able to scale, going into more damage-oriented items. Dragonlance, he is a dragon after all, like dragon/Viper, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And now going into Manta style to be able to get rid of those annoying silences, can dispel a Solar Crest, Overgrowth mostly. Like carry and mid players, whenever they see tree and they're like, Manta style is the item that I want to buy. Like screw everything else, Manta style is the thing to go.
I don't want to press my BKB for some foliage that's holding me into the place. I don't want that. Oh, Ice sees K1. Bloodseeker trying to farm that camp on the low ground. Dangerous spot for the Roar in the back. Whisper finds the leader. Stomp from Fly towards K1 and that Laguna Blade will take him down. Bloodseeker out and Beast Coast still trying to respond to this, but Ice there with a body block. Cancelled out by the Overgrowth. Still have the Spear and Splitter though, landing in towards Whisper, and that'll take him out of the game.
Nicely done. EG taking most of the farm on the map. TB farming Triangle with the illusions. Gonna body block the camp. Nope. It actually expires the illusion efficiency. Arteezy's too good. Like 1 second before, it expired.
Clever man. He knows his timings.
Is under attack.
And Arteezy so strong right now, feeling he can just push straight onto that tier 2 top. 8,000 net worth on him, and it's a great job by Beast Coast, keeping the TA competitive in the net worth, but then you start thinking about the Viper, the Mars, they are significantly ahead of their counterparts in the Bloodseeker and that Beastmaster.
It takes a bit more time than usual when you're playing against a Treant Protector, so you sometimes need to fully commit, go on the tower, bring that one extra person to be able to deal with the Living Arbor, and now tier 2 tower is gone, we'll take the outpost. They still have enough resources to possibly defend the bottom.
It is one of those interesting scenarios though, right? Like you said, they are quite far ahead at quite an early point, as Whisper getting caught in the mid lane. Ice just seems to be on his tail every step of the way, finding that Beastmaster once again.
Pretty much the perfect game from Ice's side. So 0 deaths involved in a lot of kills, going for the correct targets in a team fight. Dark Willow not allowing her to use her spells, and going back to her skill build. 1 point in Shadow Realm, as we discussed, the more value you get from maxing out the Curse Crown, reducing the cooldown on it, possibly using another set of it, going into Shard. We'll still need to wait for that 20-minute mark, but once you get it, it's super annoying.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, EG in this position now, you mentioned it, with very few objectives that they can very easily go and take, because they've taken them already. The next real goal should be around that Roshan and probably looking for a team fight to get into the pit. But I feel like Beast Coast are also aiming for that point as well, right? TA lineups, they want Roche, they want Aegis. They're getting now into the BKB on TA. They've got Bloodseeker getting into his own one, which is, what, about 1,400 gold away.
Yeah, they want Roche, but I also want to be tall, blonde, and handsome Gary, which is not happening. I just got to be more realistic.
Well, you're two of those things. You're tall and handsome.
I'm really not tall, but okay.
Ice. Curse Crown, not going to kill him in time. Schofield dead as the initiation from EG blows up the both supports. A roar from Whisper. K1 thinking about popping himself into that fight, but the entirety of EG is all here. It's a 3v5. Chris Luck comes in. He wants crit. Takes down the leader. TA. That's one kill and a TP home. See ya. I'm out of here.
Cannot stop it. They don't have ET ulti, nothing to stop the TP with. K1 dropping fairly low, going into BKB. After finishing the Maelstrom, this is going to be his defensive tool.
He's still farming. K1 greedily hitting creeps. Slowed down by the reflection. Isosites with a spear, and K1. He stuck around for far too long.
Extremely greedy. Like, where could they possibly be? You know, do they want to farm a left part of the map, or do they want to farm Ancients? So, like, they just got 2-3 big kills, and it's kind of obvious that they're gonna go inside the triangle. Maybe just potentially send a TB illusion. Here we go again.
Straight onto Stinger. Just grabs, slows down Isosites, but he has that displacement tool, repositioning the Treant back into the rest of his team. And Stinger, he finds a tiny hidey hole there, but he can't get away from the grasps of EG. Arteezy with yet another pick-off, while Whisper trying to just keep a little bit of pressure on this bottom lane, up towards the tier 3 tower, push with the boars. He's got to be careful to not get caught out. Dire vision. So it's a false sense of security for Whisper. Oh, they're going to find him. Fly. Not even bothering. Had already blinked forward, hadn't he?
He thought that they have full team behind him. Was very worried. And I understand why. He's 7-0 and 4, high level. If he dies, feeds away a lot of gold to the enemy team.
Yeah, don't want that. But like you mentioned, Manta style done after that bot's Dragonlance. Are so incredibly tanky.
Radiant's top tower is under
15 armor on him. You've got tons of armor on the Terrorblade. So Beast Coast's game plan, the one fight that they really have to take, again, around that Roche pit, around that primary objective for them. How do they start the fight? Who do they go on? Do you try and blow up the Lina first?
That's the plan. Seems like that's just what they've been doing last couple of fights. DA goes on Lina, pops a BKB, and here we go again. I've seen this movie a couple of times already.
They're trying on crit. Great arena though, still with a Bedlam. Out comes the damage from Mareska's little friend, and Chris Luck with a BKB, and oh, he doesn't have a TP scroll. He's going to meld and hide. Can't escape.
Do they have any
geniuses?
Spear?
Spear is there.
He gets it.
The Templar Assassin. Isosites.
Isosites with the Vac. Vac, how does he know?
He just knows exactly where she is.
Oh, that was great. That was actually so good. First, Abed uses the Nether Toxin. I mean, they click on the heroes, Gary. I guess that's why. They saw there's no TP. Someone called it. Professional e-gamers paying attention. The item. Yeah, they were very good at it.
Using their eyes. I saw exactly what was up. And K1, he's farming Ancients, and that's why his BKB now arrives, but 30 seconds without a TA, and first Roshan going EG's way, 21-7 with a 7k lead. Scardy on the TB. This is starting to feel like an insurmountable amount of lead that EG has.
One thing that Beast Coast is very good at is getting the most out of the map when they feel they're not winning.
Yeah.
Their games yesterday, things are not going well. They go for a sneaky little play. Tiny, Schofield manages to get Avalanche and 2 heroes, stop the TPs. They take one set of racks. Then K1 with Abba plus the Manta style takes another set of racks. They lost that game, but they still always have some kind of a backup plan. It feels like split push is their way to come back into the game. Beastmaster right now on the bottom being very annoying, trying to force one rotation. Viper can be the one just being there and TP back to the fight with the Boots of Travel.
Sure can. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We saw this plenty of times, but I feel like the mid to late game macro movements, that decision making of where to be on the map, is what Beast Coast feel they do best.
Is under attack.
And they are getting to a point where they'll have 2 BKBs, the blink on the Beastmaster, the jump and initiation for Beast Coast could levy themselves a good team fight with just the numbers advantage if they blow someone up.
Is under attack.
Chris Luck has to be wary though of his positioning. Isosites has been so good with these blink forward, spear back. Especially with the rest of EG ready and waiting around this tier 2 mid lane.
The Psyblades with level 10 talent and a Dragonlance is insane. He actually got hit by the Isosites Ice.
There we go. They jump on in. Arena there to try and save up the Viper. The rupture, the damage. They blew through Arbe. Beast Coast, the timing, they've hit it. Team fight comes in thick and fast. The fear as well. Isosites and the ET caught up in it. But the Laguna Blade turn from Crit. And the Scardy slow, pummeling into the TA. Turnaround from EG, that's where their net worth lead lies.
Good thunder save once again.
Again, and a triple for crit.
Arteezy not really afraid to use Thunders to save his teammates. We saw the other day when he popped it and used Satanic right after. Oh, trap. I don't think he's gonna die to it. Do they have any kind of a heal? They don't.
Any more traps? Oh.
Aegis will run out in 3 minutes, so he will keep it. TP's back to base. He is the king of the game. Like Arteezy sitting on the heal. I'm not talking about the heal where he usually is, just sitting on a high ground, dealing damage with meta. Looked like a good opener for Beast Coast. Mars still didn't die. I actually don't know how Ice lived. I moved my camera a bit to the right. I saw like TB, Dark Willow was coming from the side. We can see the power of Dark Willow and the Shard just being very annoying, putting up those Bramble Maze down and get out.
Yeah, that control, very important for Beast Coast. You can start to see light at the end of the tunnel for them. Potential for them to get into a team fight first, someone get that early advantage, and then snowball out with the Bloodseeker. But K1, one more down it out. His BKB's there with a rupture onto Ice. Chris Luck, Sideblade splashing. The rest of the team starting to arrive here for BC, and Arteezy, he's got Sunder ready in 1 second, also has the Aegis like you were mentioning, so first life still being held for a sec. Goes Crown and Bramble's gonna jump through, he's stunned up his team, and bottom lane, they've got a Laguna Blade. Crit finds Whisper, he needs the roar. He's starting to find the Lina, but he's got to get out of there. Blink ready, no mana for TP though.
Arteezy actually griefing. He goes in, stuns Viper, who's trying to TP bottom while they were making a move on Beastmaster. That would actually be a kill.
And his Aegis now gone. A reflection quickly towards Chris Lock. Another Cursed Crown, very irritating here for Arteezy to contend with, and that Arena Spear whiffing. Ice, the first misstep of the game.
Swindle Melons would have hit that Arena plus a Spear combo for sure.
Even him. Oh, what's the reason for this? Like, Evil Genius is starting to take their foot off the pedal a little bit. For the past couple of minutes, they've been a bit sloppy from EG. Are they afraid of the BKBs of Beast Coast? Is it that bot lane that's been pushed in so often by Whisper they have to keep coming back and dealing with it?
Now, it's chip damage. One thing that they can do is have Viper on the bottom, as we already discussed, and possibly have one hero if they decide to make, like, ET is probably the best option, where if they want to make, you know, they are staying one step ahead, they will have Viper there, so let's smoke and gank him, because what he wants to do is TP back, so they can have ET possibly set up a trap for Beast Coast.
I think they caught a glimpse of something there. EG positioning themselves as if they know the smoke has happened, and yeah, Chris Luck, I think he showed under a ward or something, because they were really heavily pinging on that side of the map. So Beast Coast don't get a pick off. They get the mid lane cleared out by TA cutting wave. Tier 1 top lane grabbed up by BC. While EG doing a very similar thing there with a TB illusion, safely cutting wave themselves in the mid. And now we get into a situation where map control is paramount. It really is key. We're looking towards second Roshan, as no team really wants to break up the ramps towards high ground just yet, because the lead, even though it's 10k for EG, it doesn't feel like they've got a substantial amount of damage or push to break through the base of East Coast.
Dire's bottom
They have these big items, especially on Lina with the Aghanim Scepter.
Did he just use himself? Ice. He blink used himself.
Too quick. He's too quick with the buttons. Happens to best of us.
And now maybe an opening. Terrorblade waiting in that dire triangle. Still wants to go for the tier 2 and even a reflection, pushing forward against Schofield.
Radiant's top tower.
High ground being pressured top lane though, like K1, they cleared through tier 1, tier 2, got a bit of damage onto the tier 3 tower. And again, next Roshan, 2 minutes 20 seconds. They've opened up this map for themselves beautifully.
This is the big timing for both of these teams. Second Roshan, most important Roshan in the game pretty much, because he dropped so many stuff. It's like having Christmas presents, all your relatives coming in, you don't know they're coming.
It's the piñata.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Getting a cheese Aegis, plus a Shard. Shard is... who could possibly pick up the Shard for EG? Mars is okay, Melina also with Aghanim Scepter, but they might prioritize, give it to the Viper, which causes poison attack to lower armor by 1 per stack, and it also is better for sieging.
Ice in again. There's the Arena Spear down and a great splinter on the trio. Blown through Stinger, and Chris Luck having the TP again. BKB up, and out he goes back to Fountain, while Crit Hounding K1 and forcing him out of there as Schofield is chased by the Viper. But two supports from Beast Coast.
Dire's middle tower
Very likely going to meet their end. Demise is inevitable for Schofield.
It's just not enough damage. We've seen the combo, Rupture plus the Terrorize.
Has fallen.
TB a bit too tanky, sitting at 3000 HP right now.
Well, this time, man don't miss. Whisper with a BKB though forces Ice to reconsider his options. Can't go for that Yule Spear play anymore. They keep the pressure going. Bot lane pushing in. EG still in this position, very forward in the mid lane. But they've always got to keep coming back. I mean, the first 15 minutes was very much Beast Coast sitting back, farming and waiting, EG making all the moves. But recently, it's been Beast Coast dragging them from one side to the other.
They're very good at it. I want to see EG make a play on the bottom lane, possibly set up a Tinker Ward. This is where Beastmaster's constantly hiding.
Oh, he saw him, I think, for a second. He's pinging him. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. Tries the spear. Good attempt from Ice.
Dire are
But unfortunately, off the mark. And they're TPing back out. Rejoin his squad. Top outpost is EG's, while Beast Coast, oh, they're under Radiant Vision. And that means Ice with a spear launching in towards Maresca. Chain stunned up and a godlike streak still unkilled. 9-0-8.
Is just having a blast in this game. Reminds me of the game yesterday with a Timbersaw, where he managed to die only when decision was made to hit the tier 4 towers, stand there, pretend to be AFK. And they repositioned him a couple of times. You know, brought 5 heroes.
Yeah.
Pretty much the story of this game. Once he gets that BKB, it's gonna be very, very hard to kill. Meta up in 30 seconds. Arteezy has Manta style, has a casual Sange on top of it. Like, you can disassemble it, make SNY. But as we mentioned, Manta style is great against the silences and most importantly, the overgrowth.
Absolutely is. I mean, chip down here onto the tier 3s against living armor.
Blessings.
Doesn't feel particularly good for EG. Stinger's just gonna stick there. Keep spamming out the heals. While we look at the rest of this map, sure, EG have top lane, mid lane pushing in. Roshan 45 seconds away. But would you believe it? The madman himself, K1, has pushed the bottom lane.
Again, there are no shards in this game. The only hero that bought a shard is Dark Willow. Like, that shard was really good. Got a bit nerfed. It reduces cooldown by 2 seconds and stun delay by 1 second, so you cannot TP out. Before it was 4 seconds.
How do you rate the Bloodseeker shard with that, like, pure percentage-based damage?
It's good, you know, but you don't want to buy it. You do not want to invest gold in it.
Oh, not Maresca again!
Bottom tower is under
Poor
attack.
wee lass, she's dead.
Dire's courier
I don't think you get too much value out of the shard this game anyway on the Bloodseeker. You want to still prioritize items. It's very good against, let's say, tanky heroes like a Bristleback who have a lot of HP. It's, you know, even in this game, TB has a ton of max HP, so you still get some value, but I think he does not want to buy it.
Wait for the Roshan, maybe get it from Roche instead. Oh, EG back out on the map, forcing Beast Coast to come back, and they are getting much more effective farm, right? The double engine camps being cleared. We see the Viper on the left, TB on the right. They are getting that incredible acceleration from all of those engines being farmed up. But there, I believe he scouted Roshan, but decides to TP mid to keep this map pressure up and force Beast Coast into a position where they have very limited options.
So many auras on EG. You have AC, Vlad's done on ET on top of it. You get
God.
You get Beastmaster aura with the reflection.
This Lena's huge. 13,000 net worth, yeah, ahead of Whisper's Beastmaster even, but look at this, the Beast Coast special. At any point in the game, you know, your high ground can be threatened. Schofield, I think that's 4 times in a row in that exact same spot. Top Dire jungle, dead again. Oh, Bloodseeker, don't want to stick around here, right?
They're doing it.
He's bottom lane, forces the BKB out, but you're right, they've taken down the tier 3 in the Barons. Whisper, Grimslug, and the Treant there, destroying buildings while Arteezy grabs the Aegis. It's all smoke and mirrors.
It's a good move from Beast Coast. They got something out of it. They understand we cannot fight inside the Roche pit. It's a bit too strong against ET, against the Terrorblade, who picked up the shard. It was actually Lena. I like that. Because she has a Aghanim Scepter, plus a shard, and yeah, spell amplification, level 20 on top of it. So her shard allows you to have AoE Laguna Blade. You can ground target it on top of it.
And that goes into Willow's Shadow Realm, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
So now that Shadow Realm no longer as great to save as it once was. Arteezy, emboldened by his Aegis, and this Metamorphosis, straight up behind that tier 3 tower. Living armor with a glyph though, extends the duration at which TB has to stay up here.
A bit more mana.
He might too much, and with a Great Arena Spear catching Chris Luck, in comes the Scarny damage, and that TB raining Hellfire upon the Beast Coast side. Good Laguna playing as well, but Chris Luck refraction tries to meld and hide away. Turn around from Beast Coast with a Roman Whispers obliterated. They're bleeding out. One by one, they filter in and all fall flat, dying as EG turning this great laning stage an early advantage into a middle lane of barracks and probably the game.
This is all it took, and why EG was not too worried about all that split push. Yeah, you might lose one set of barracks, but they know we group in, we take a fight. Arteezy is just unkillable at the moment. Has that Aegis, will respawn with mana, right now sitting at the 200 mana, so he can spam his spells.
And he's the only one showing. The way for Beast Coast here to win a team fight is to get to the back and find the squishy support. Arteezy Sunders K1. Yeah, back to fountain you go. Can't deal with me. I'm a big bad TB. 2 lanes of barracks for evil geniuses, and top lane is also pushing in pretty hard.
Nature's doesn't care, going through Nature's Grass, another arena.
Straight onto Treant. Yet again, support are easy pickings. EG have a beyond godlike Mars.
They can easily just go to the top lane. Aegis available on TB plus Elden Tunic, so he even has some evasion on top of it.
He basically wants to die at this point. Give me some mana back, please. I want a second life. This team fight execution from EG has been really sublime.
Pop Satanic, kills 2 boards, back to full HP, Sunder available. You need to be very careful, there's not enough lockdown.
There's the roar. They try to get in and focus down this Lina. Fly with the Earth, but they're coming back towards the No, and K1 in trouble. Has to bail away. BKB's done, and Dark Willow following the train into the grave. Chris Luck is really struggling to find any form of impact, and GG is called. In comes dota2. He wants more kills. Stat padding time for the Mars. Go on, give it to him. The madman wants more. He's tasted blood in the water, but Chris Luck will survive towards the very end of